Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Mark Kelley. I am your host from On the Range Podcast and Kelley Defense. And thank you for joining me today on the Vantage Point. I hope you're having a great day. I'm sure you're having a better day than Andrew Cuomo, the New York governor. And I believe he's the eldest son of the legendary governor Mario Cuomo. And there's a couple interesting things about this story. Everybody knows who's paying attention to this story that he has been accused of harassing the staff and saying some inappropriate things, doing some inappropriate things. And those are all things that I'm sure that are going to get played out. But the one thing I want to kind of focus on today on my take on the Vantage Point is the relationship between these type of left-leaning and high-profile politicians to some of these news agencies. And the reason why I'm saying this because most of these cases aren't this obvious. Everybody knows who is aware of Andrew Cuomo that his brother, Chris Cuomo, is probably the most popular and most watched CNN television host on that network. Now, in no way do I believe that Chris is involved or has anything to do with what the governor is doing in New York and how he treats his folks. And I have no reason to believe that Chris does that either. But it's just very interesting how CNN is in a very difficult situation here. The first time that these allegations came out last year, and Chris actually brought it up and said, "I'm not going to cover this. He's going to have some integrity." And hey, okay, I got it. It's not his fault. Now this is a little bit different because now he is still on air. He's not talking about it. He's not even mentioning it. Now this is the New York governor, the governor of New York, and Andrew Cuomo has had some issues. He's had some issues with the COVID debacle with the nursing homes and all the elderly that passed away in those homes, and some of his policies were to blame. And I don't really want to go into that. But then he takes this big book deal. He has this art piece, Andrew Cuomo does, the governor, and cashing in on his success. And at one point, he was being asked if he was going to run against Donald Trump for the presidency. Now, just think about that for a second. Andrew had to know that these things were there and that these things were going to rear its ugly head. And it did very shortly after that. So just think about that. Now, let's get back to the CNN piece of this. Now, CNN has an issue because Chris Cuomo allegedly, and I don't know this for a fact, but allegedly wrote the speech, the rebuttal speech to these new allegations that Andrew delivered. Now, I got to tell you, this was one heck of a speech. His back is up against the wall, and he went out there and he delivered it. And the speech was unbelievably crafted. It said what it needed to say. It provided reasons for everything, had a slideshow. And then at the end, they brought up the Delta variants. They brought up the Delta variants and started talking about how New Yorkers can come together. They can do everything, and really rallied the New Yorkers. It was unbelievable. It was a masterful stroke. Now, if Chris Cuomo wrote that, hey, kudos to him. But the problem is he is in CNN's newsroom. He's their most popular anchor, if you want to call him that. He's more of this is entertainment, CNN. And he's good at what he does. But how do you try to say that you're a legitimate news agency if you're CNN second floor guys? You're in the administration of CNN. How do you manage that? Very interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I want you to keep an eye on it too, because you can see how quickly these news agencies can easily be manipulated and be in a position to change the narrative or just flat out not report these huge stories, and people who consume that channel won't even know what's going on, or very little of it. Hey, tell me what you think. Leave a comment. And thank you for joining us and listening to our take on OTR Vantage Point. Have a great day, guys.